Our world is packed with mysteries that make even the sharpest mind do a triple take. We're talking never-ending lightning storms, rocks that move without a push, and glowing waters that look like something straight out of Avatar. No matter how much we think we understand Earth, it keeps throwing curveballs that defy logic. Some of these phenomena are so bizarre that they'll make you wonder if we're even on the same planet, or if reality itself is playing tricks on us. Stick around, because today, we're diving into 15 strange phenomena that will seriously mess with your mind. And trust us, by the end, you'll be scratching your head in disbelief. Let's start off with number 15, the polka-dotted wonder of Spotted Lake. Most lakes follow a simple rule: water fills a space and that's that. But Spotted Lake in British Columbia, it does its own thing without following any rules. In winter and spring, it looks like any other body of water. But when summer arrives, something surreal happens. The lake shrinks, revealing a bizarre landscape of large, multicolored pools, like nature decided to paint a polka-dotted masterpiece. For centuries, the indigenous Okanagan people have considered Spotted Lake sacred, believing each pool contains unique healing properties. And honestly, they might be onto something. The water is packed with minerals like magnesium, calcium, and sodium sulfates, so much so that during World War I, minerals from the lake were harvested to make ammunition. Even with all we know about it, the lake still carries an air of mystery. Are the spots just nature's way of showing off, or is there something deeper at play? Well, we don't know. Number 14, waterspouts. We all know that the ocean is strange, but have you ever seen a tornado over the ocean? That's a waterspout, nature's way of reminding us that storms don't need land to wreak havoc. These twisting towers of condensed water vapor form over warm bodies of water, spinning like ghostly cyclones that can reach speeds of up to 100 miles per hour. While they might look mesmerizing from a safe distance, don't be fooled. Waterspouts can be just as dangerous as their land-based cousins. They've been known to capsize boats, fly debris, and damage coastal structures. The biggest ever recorded? A monster off the coast of Venezuela in 2010, soaring over 3,000 feet into the sky, taller than 3 Eiffel Towers stacked together. Some waterspouts fade harmlessly into the mist, while others make landfall and become full-blown tornadoes. Either way, if you ever see one forming, do yourself a favor. Respect the spout and head in the opposite direction. Number 13, flammable ice bubbles. Picture a frozen lake, its glassy surface trapped with bubbles that look like tiny suspended orbs. Beautiful? Yes. Safe? Well, absolutely not. These aren't your average air pockets. These are flammable ice bubbles, nature's version of a hidden landmine. Here's how it works. As organic matter decomposes beneath the water, it releases methane gas, which gets trapped under the ice as temperatures drop. The result? A frozen minefield of explosive potential. Light a match near one, and boom, you've got yourself a spontaneous fireball. Siberia holds the record for the largest cluster of flammable ice bubbles ever found, 15,000 of them covering a single lake. Scientists estimate the methane stored in them could fuel an entire fireworks display. But beyond their fiery spectacle, they serve as a troubling reminder. Climate change is thawing permafrost, releasing even more methane into the atmosphere, adding fuel to the already warming planet. Breathtaking? Well, yes it is, but it is also a ticking time bomb. Number 12, fire whirls, the tornadoes of hell. If a tornado wasn't terrifying enough, nature decided to take it up a notch. Meet the fire whirl, a blazing vortex of doom that turns even the smallest flame into a swirling inferno. AKA fire devil, this rare phenomenon happens when intense heat, dry air, and just the right wind conditions combine, creating a spinning tower of fire that can reach over 200 feet high and move at speeds of 45 miles per hour. The worst recorded fire whirl in history occurred during the 1923 Great Kanto earthquake in Japan, where one grew to 800 feet, swallowing everything in its path. Witnesses reported seeing entire trees yanked into the sky, only to be reduced to ash within seconds. Thankfully, fire whirls are rare, but even smaller ones can be deadly, lifting burning debris, spreading wildfires, and turning already dangerous blazes into unstoppable infernos. So next time you're around a campfire, be grateful your little flame isn't trying to launch itself into the stratosphere. Number 11. The Sailing Stones of Death Valley. Death Valley is already one of the most extreme places on Earth, but it holds an even weirder secret: rocks that move on their own. Found on Racetrack Playa, these massive stones leave long trails behind them as if they're slowly crawling across the desert floor. The catch? No one has actually seen them move. Sounds spooky, right? For years, theories ranged from magnetic forces to pranksters, but scientists finally cracked the mystery. Turns out, a perfect mix of rain, ice, and wind creates the right conditions for the rocks to slide. As thin sheets of ice form around the stones, a strong gust of wind sends them gliding along the muddy ground. While that explains how they move, it doesn't make them any less eerie. Some still believe Death Valley has more secrets than science can explain. But hey, if a rock wants to take a walk, who are we to stop it? Number 10. Circumhorizontal arcs. Despite their nickname, fire rainbows have nothing to do with fire or rain. These stunning light displays, officially called circumhorizontal arcs, appear when sunlight refracts through ice crystals in cirrus clouds high in the atmosphere. The result? A vibrant, multicolored band stretching across the sky, like a rainbow that forgot how to arch. These arcs are most commonly seen during summer when the sun is positioned 58 degrees or higher in the sky, making them a rare but breathtaking sight. The key ingredient? Tiny hexagonal ice plates drifting at just the right angle to split sunlight into its vivid spectrum. Unlike traditional rainbows, circumhorizontal arcs don't appear after rain. They materialize on clear, sunny days, giving the sky an almost surreal glow. Though often mistaken for optical illusions or digitally enhanced photos, they're 100% real, proving that sometimes Earth's natural artistry can rival even the most imaginative human creations. Number 9. The Amazon's tidal bore. The Amazon rainforest is home to countless myths and mysteries, so it's only fitting that its mighty river plays host to one of the world's most legendary waves, the Pororoca. This tidal bore, a rare phenomenon where ocean tides force waves upstream into a river, is one of the longest surfable waves on Earth. Most tidal bores require a narrow river mouth to form, but the Amazon defies the odds. Thanks to its low-lying islands and shifting sandbars, the Pororoca can reach heights of 13 feet and travel hundreds of miles inland. Surfers brave its unpredictable currents, riding a single wave for up to 10 minutes. A dream, or nightmare, for adrenaline junkies. During new and full moons, when the tide is strongest, the Pororoca makes its grand entrance, roaring like a beast an hour before it even arrives. If surfing a never-ending wave is on your bucket list, Amazon is calling. Number 8. Sundogs. Ever looked up and thought you saw 3 suns? No, you didn't accidentally step into a sci-fi movie, you were witnessing a sundog. Also called mock suns, these glowing sidekicks appear 22 degrees from the sun, forming bright spots on either side due to the refraction of sunlight through icy clouds. Sundogs occur when hexagonal ice crystals in high-altitude cirrus clouds bend light, creating twin halos that make the sun look like it has celestial bodyguards. While they can appear anywhere in the world, they're most commonly spotted during frigid winter mornings when the sky is clear and temperatures are low. Unlike rainbows, which disappear as quickly as they form, sundogs can last for hours, hovering in the sky like ghostly orbs. Throughout history, They've been seen as omens, sometimes signaling harsh weather, other times inspiring myths of multiple suns ruling the heavens. Either way, they remain one of nature's most stunning illusions. Number 7. Lenticular clouds. Imagine looking up and seeing a smooth, perfectly round cloud hovering motionless in the sky. No, it's not a cloaked alien spaceship. It's a lenticular cloud, one of the most striking and misunderstood atmospheric phenomena. Unlike the fluffy, drifting clouds we're used to, lenticular clouds are stationary, forming near mountains when fast-moving air rises, cools, and condenses into a lens-shaped structure. These bizarre clouds can stack on top of each other like a giant pancake tower, making them even more UFO-like. Because of their unusual shape and eerie stillness, lenticular clouds have been mistaken for flying saucers for decades. In fact, some of the most famous UFO sightings in history were just these optical illusions hanging silently in the sky. Whether you believe in extraterrestrials or not, one thing is certain. When nature decides to flex its creative muscles, even the most rational minds start questioning what they're seeing. Number 6. Light pillars. Weather phenomena are some of the most fascinating natural displays, and light pillars are a perfect example. Just look at them. These stunning optical illusions resemble beams of light stretching from the ground into the sky, evoking the image of an extraterrestrial spacecraft. Typically seen in extremely cold regions like the Arctic, as well as parts of the United States and Canada, light pillars create a surreal, otherworldly experience. This phenomenon occurs when freezing temperatures transform moisture in the air into tiny ice crystals, which slowly drift toward the ground. When artificial light sources, such as streetlights, reflect off these descending crystals, the result is a breathtaking illusion of thin, towering columns of light. Simple yet extraordinary light pillars are a reminder of the beauty hidden in nature's extremes. Number 5. Bioluminescent waves of the Maldives. By day, the Maldives is a tropical paradise. But when night falls, the ocean transforms into something straight out of a sci-fi movie. Waves begin to glow an electric blue, turning the shoreline into a shimmering galaxy beneath your feet. No, it's not magic or a government experiment. It's the work of microscopic phytoplankton with a built-in light show. These tiny organisms produce a glow when disturbed by waves, fish, or an awestruck tourist dipping their toes in the water. This phenomenon, known as bioluminescence, is a survival trick. Basically their way of screaming in neon when threatened. While bioluminescence can be spotted in various oceans, the Maldives delivers it in its most breathtaking form thanks to warm waters and perfect conditions. Watching the sea light up like something from Avatar is enough to make you question reality, because sometimes Earth feels a little too magical for its own good. Number 4. The deadly waters of Bolton Strid. At first glance, Bolton Strid in Yorkshire looks like something straight off a postcard, peaceful, scenic, and harmless. But this seemingly innocent creek has a reputation far darker than its charming exterior suggests. Beneath its narrow, bubbling surface lies a powerful, hidden force that has pulled down everyone who has ever fallen in. No survivors, no exceptions. What makes Bolton Strid so deadly? Unlike most rivers that flow wide and shallow, this one flips the script. Its waters shift vertically, plunging deep into a narrow rock chasm below. The result? A violent, swirling undercurrent that creates an inescapable void, sucking in anything or anyone who dares step too close. Despite its sinister past, the area remains a popular hiking spot, though it's littered with warning signs urging visitors to stay clear. If you ever find yourself near Bolton Strid, admire its beauty from a very safe distance, because this little creek doesn't give second chances. Number 3. The Singing Sand Dunes. In the middle of vast deserts, where the only sound should be the wind, something strange happens. The sand sings. From the Sahara to the Gobi, some dunes produce deep, eerie hums as sand shifts beneath them, creating an otherworldly chorus. No, it's not ghosts or ancient spirits sending messages. It's science doing what it does best, being weird. When dry, silica-rich sand cascades down a slope under just the right conditions, it vibrates, producing a low-frequency sound that can resemble anything from a cello to a spaceship taking off. The exact pitch depends on the size of the grains and how they tumble. Some call it nature's speaker system. But instead of bass-boosted beats, you get a haunting desert symphony. Even with all the research, the fact that giant piles of sand can sing is just one of those things that makes Earth feel more like a dream than a planet. Number 2. The fairy circles of Namibia. Scattered across the Namib Desert are thousands of perfectly round, barren patches of land, forming a strange polka dot pattern across the arid landscape. Known as fairy circles, these formations have baffled scientists for decades. Are they the work of aliens? Some kind of ancient message? While we may never know for sure, there are two leading theories. Some scientists believe termites create these circles by clearing patches of land to trap moisture underground. Others argue it's the result of self-organizing plant life, with grasses naturally spacing themselves out due to competition for water. The real answer? Likely a mix of both, though the full mystery remains unsolved. One thing's for sure, these circles aren't just a fluke. They cover hundreds of miles, creating a bizarre, almost mathematical pattern that looks too precise to be random. Whatever the cause, the Namib Desert's fairy circles are nature's version of a riddle with no clear answer. Number 1. The everlasting lightning storm of Catatumbo. If regular thunderstorms make you uneasy, then Catatumbo, Venezuela, is straight-up nightmare fuel. Over Lake Maracaibo, lightning doesn't just strike, it lives there. This place experiences electric storms up to 300 nights a year, with lightning bolts flashing at a ridiculous rate of 28 per minute. That's not a thunderstorm, that's Earth hosting its own EDM festival. The cause? A perfect collision of warm, moist Caribbean air and cold mountain winds creates the ultimate lightning-generating machine. In fact, this storm has been so consistent throughout history that sailors once used it as a natural lighthouse, calling it the Maracaibo Beacon. But here's the wildest part. Scientists believe this non-stop lightning actually helps maintain Earth's ozone layer. So, while it looks like the sky is waging war on itself, it's actually doing the planet a favor. But let's be real. If nature wanted to put on a light show, it didn't have to go this hard. If you've enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.